What is good? What is good, everybody? It's your boy Cam. I just want to give feedback from the Mavericks versus Pacers game this past Wednesday night, and the Mavericks ended up coming up short from Wednesday night, ended up losing by four, and that was just a tough game. But I do want to give some of the scores from the players from Wednesday night. PJ Washington finished with 26. Jaden Hardy finished with 24. And it's just his first game back from his ankle sprain, which is the game I was at that same night. Kyrie tore his ACL, which was very hard to watch. Najee Marshall finished with 20 points. Kai Jones finished with 18. Spencer Dinwiddie finished with 17. And Max Christie finished with 17. And the Mavericks were off to a very sluggish start in the first quarter, just constantly turning the ball over. And I honestly think the Pacers' defense was just very, very good. And they're one of the fastest paced teams in the NBA right now. That's just how it is with the Pacers. And Rick Carlisle is just his third year back as the coach for the Pacers. He previously coached for the Pacers back in the 2000s, and he led the Pacers to the Eastern Conference Finals. And he actually in the coaching Reggie Miller when his career was winding down. But and what happened in what it was, and the second quarter, the Mavericks was just they kept fighting, and Spencer Dinwiddie and Najee Marshall were struggling the first half. They only finished with 2 points in the first half, but the second half they caught fire. And what I think was also what happened is so the Mavericks had maybe like a 7 point lead. Yes, they had a 7 point lead with like a minute left, and we blew that game away and still lost. It's just we was constantly just turning the ball over, and they did very good setting up these traps for us. And what also was we missed some free throws too. And if we would have made all of our free throws, that would have put the game away, and we would have won this. PJ missed a free throw, and then Najee missed a free throw, and that's what really really hurt us. We just gotta do better, knocking down free throws in crunch time, and especially we're trying to put the game away. And so once the Pacers take the lead, Jason Kidd calls timeout, and we get so we trying to inbound the ball, and then Jaden Hardy elbows the Pacers player in the face, and then gets called for offensive foul. And I think that was just dumb what he did. It's just Jaden should not have been elbowing him like that. It's just he could have done better than that. And I honestly think Max Christie was fouled. He was trying to go for the dunk. He did get fouled, and honestly, we kind of got beat by the refs. But mainly, I think we didn't get beat by the refs that much, but I feel like we got beat by the refs just a little bit. I think what really hurted us the most was the turnovers, and then missing some free throws at the end when less than a minute left, and this has to be gotta be a learning lesson. We just not do a better job closing out games. But it's hard. It's harder to play on the road than it is to play at home. But Kyle Jones has been doing really well, and Wednesday night was his first game back from his quad injury, and Kyle Jones had 18 points and 11 rebounds, which is a double-double. And this is one of the best two-way players who the Mavericks have ever had in quite a while this year. And I honestly think if Kai Jones keeps playing the way he's playing, he definitely has a good chance of getting a big contract from the Mavericks. But I think what has to happen is they're going to have to waive Dwight Powell or trade him. And I think Kai Jones deserves a spot on this team going into next season if he keeps playing the way he's playing. And he'll be like the third center from the Mavericks if he was come back next year. And you got Lively as the starting center, and you got Gaffer as the backup center, and then you have Kai Jones at the 3 as the third center. He definitely deserves it, and especially he can definitely step up big time if we was to have so many injuries again going into next year. Just hopefully we don't have to deal with this, but he's definitely stepped up big time for the Mavericks after him. Especially we're been struggling, and Brandon Williams was actually has been doing very well with the Mavericks this year, and he's been averaging about 16 or 18 points a game. I would say he's quick as Kyrie, but he doesn't have the handles like Kyrie. And Brandon Williams also plays defense very well for the Mavericks. He's defensive stuff he does is he's pretty good with it. And then so I do want to give the report that's been going on with the Mavericks today. So actually today, Daniel Gafford, Derek Lively, and Anthony Davis got sent to the G League for the Texas Legends to go practice with the team just to see how they look and see if they'll be ready to come back. Hopefully, in 2 weeks, we bring the bigs back just so we can have enough players to play because this injury shit that's been going on since January has been a mess. And not even just that, people have been getting sick and everything, but I think that's gotten better now. A lot of people haven't been getting sick lately. But I would say most of the time people have been getting sick is November and December. I would say it was probably the worst times. Everybody was just constantly getting sick. It's just, I'm not sure what the hell going on. It's just like, it was that time of year, it's the winter season, germs be going around. It's just like, you just gotta try to take care of yourself. That's all you can do. And tonight, the Mavericks actually play the Detroit Pistons, and Cade Cunningham comes to town tonight, and this is his first time being back home in quite a while. Yeah, and he grew up in Arlington, went to Bowie High School for his freshman sophomore year, then transferred out, went to a private school in Florida, and this will be good for his family and everything to come see him play in Dallas tonight. And this is gonna be a tough game, and this is not just the same Detroit Pistons team from last year. The Pistons got some veterans around Cade, and I felt like that's kind of been helping him out pretty well, and they started winning. And Tim Hardaway Jr. has been doing pretty well with the Pistons, and Tim Hardaway said he wanted out of Dallas, and he didn't like playing with Luka, and I understand because Luka wasn't really a team player. Like 50% of the time, he just wanted the ball so much, and then Luka doesn't want to play defense and everything. He wants to pout to the refs so much, and it's just, and now and Luka's not playing tonight. They have a couple guys out, and they end up the Mavericks end up no the Lakers actually having 6 guys out last night, I believe, against the Bucks. And Bronny actually had a career high last night with 17 points. And I'm happy for Bronny, and it seems like he's getting better and better each time he's been playing the NBA and in the G League. And I don't understand why a lot of people like to hate on LeBron's son, but Bronny said he's used to the hate and critic stuff that's been going on towards him and everything. And people just need to give a life and just leave Bronny alone. Like, a lot of people are just jealous because he's making millions of dollars just to be on the bench, and even though he doesn't play a lot. But again, I am happy for Bronny. He gets to play with his father, and that'll definitely give them more time with each other because family is very, very important. It's like he deserved to come play with his father, and they definitely deserve more time with each other. So I don't understand why people are hating on them two playing together. And I mean, not everybody's gonna be nice to Bronny in the NBA, and of course, Anthony Edwards telling Bronny that he ain't your daddy out here now. I'm your daddy out here. Like, please. But did Bronny give a shit? Hell no, he didn't really care. I mean, if I was in the NBA, if someone tells me I'm your dad out here now, I'm like, I wouldn't even care. So I'm just gonna play ball. So that's just what it is. It's just, like I said, I got love for Bronny, and I'm very glad that he recovered from having a cardiac arrest back in last year at basketball practice at USC. It's just, like I said, he hasn't been the same after because he that health scare he has. So I don't understand why people are still hating on him for that. And like, having a cardiac arrest at 19, that's just very scary. And that's just so young. I just never heard somebody that young having that. It's just like, but I'm thankful that he's all right. He's back to doing what he loves doing and playing basketball and playing with his father. But I really want to talk about what's also going on is the TCU's women's basketball team has an NCAA tournament today. It's their first round matchup against Fairleigh Dickinson, and TCU's the number 2 seed, and they're the 15th seed, but still gotta be ready to go because anything can happen in March Madness. Upsets happen to any team, and but I do believe that TCU is going to win today. But I expect it to be a very good battle because everybody wants to win in March Madness. It's just you never know what can happen. But it's TCU and Louisville win, and I think I saw they play each other in the second round, will be a very very interesting matchup. And Haley Van Fleet went to Louisville, and before that, she went to LSU. And when I found out Haley Van Fleet was coming to TCU, that really shocked the hell out of me. And I was like, wow, she's really coming to TCU. And after she came down here, the program's been so much better. We actually got some transfers down here too, and I'm happy for the TCU's women's basketball team. I don't remember when was the first time they were ever this good. I honestly just don't remember. But I am happy for TCU and this women's basketball team, and hopefully they will make a deep run in the NCAA tournament, and I believe they will. But and hopefully when we in the Mavs can win tonight, and I'm glad. Thank goodness we're getting Clay back tonight, and hopefully we'll have enough players on going to next week. And tonight is supposed to be Kessler Edwards' last game because of the two-way contract rule. Like if you're like two-way players, you can only play like 50 games a year, which is I don't get, but I understand. At the same time, it's a business. That's just how the rules are. The NBA and Kessler Edwards has been pretty good with the Mavericks, and hopefully we'll just get enough players for next week, and we just might have no choice but to play AD, Gaffer, and Lively within like hopefully in 2 more weeks. But we still need to be cautious with them, make sure they're healed 100%, and just get them back on the court, and we'll be ready to play. And hopefully we'll be the first 10th seed to going from the plan to making the playoffs. Hopefully that happens. We just gotta take care of tonight's game against the Detroit Pistons, and hopefully we'll get the win. And we just take one game at a time as we getting ready for our 4-game road trip going into next week. I will see you on the next podcast, and go Mavs.